Hey, it's Luke here. In today's video I want to show you why it's worth investing in a good trolley jack. Now I want to give a big shout out to Dom over at Machine Mart who sent me down the Clarke Aluminium Racing 1.25 Tonne trolley jack. If you like the look of this jack for yourself, you can find links to buy in the description below, or you can also find them alternatively at your local Machine Mart. Please also bear in mind the links in the description below are not affiliate links, so I do not get any commission from any sales from those links. This is my honest and humble opinion of the Clarke 1.25 Aluminium Racing Jack. Let's start with the unboxing of this jack. It's all relatively compact and comes with a handle that splits into two parts and an instruction manual. The entire jack weighs only 11.65 kilograms and has two handy handles on the side to make it easier to carry. Assembly is straightforward. Just slide the two parts of the handle together, remove the safety pin from the jack, insert one end of the handle into the hole and tighten the grub screw. Alright, let me show you the key differences between a jack like this compared to the cheap £30 generic jacks like this one. Firstly, what you're going to notice is this is much lower, which is great if you've got a nice low sports car. It's going to get in real easy. With these ones may struggle, and sometimes I find with these ones you have to even get the cars up on a brick to kind of raise the ride height a little bit, and there's much less chance of having that issue with a jack like this. Secondly, the place that it lifts on is much bigger. That's going to spread the weight out more evenly across the sills or jacking points of the car, and there's also a much greater chance of actually hitting the part you need to rather than completely missing the mark, which you can with them. Another thing you might notice as well, this jack is actually longer, which is great because you can get the jack further in, which means when you're pumping the handle up it's further away from the sills of the car, which means you can get full movement of the handle. Also, you've got the handles here to help carry it, the wheels, you've got the roller system. All makes it very nice and easy to go in and out of the car nice and straight. Now, 1.25 tonnes, I admit, is not the biggest jack you can get, but bear in mind, when you're lifting a car up, even if the car weighs 2 tonnes, you're only lifting a corner of that car, so keep in mind how much you're going to be lifting. Unless you're lifting something like an SUV, this should be okay for the majority of cars. And also one thing to notice is, you can't really sit here, but the handle is so much longer on this new jack, which means from that angle here, you can get much more leverage on heavy cars. It's going to go up much easier and much quicker. This is a quick pump jack. It's going to get the car much quicker than these cheap jacks. I'm going to show you now on my A3 whilst I remove the wheels. I'm going to show you how much easier it is to take a wheel off with this jack than this cheap old thing. Let's start with the cheap jack. This is your typical £30 jack that you can buy anywhere. In the sped up shot, it takes 24 pumps to get the car to the desired height. Multiply that by 4 wheels and you're pumping this jack about 100 times to change the wheels. The rest of the wheel change is obviously the same regardless of what jack you're using. I'm using my Kielder impact wrench to undo the nuts, and when refitting the wheel I start the nuts off by hand before gently tightening them back up with the impact wrench. Once the car's on the ground, I'll use a torque wrench to properly tighten them. Let's flip this over to the other wheel with the new jack. It takes just 7 pumps. Multiply this over 4 wheels and it's pretty much a quarter of the work. You're going to save about 75 pumps. If you're a business changing wheels on a regular basis, that can be a lot of time saved, and time is money. So at this stage, you probably guess what jack I'm going to keep. Hit the road, Jack. And finally, with the wheel on the ground, I just tighten them up to the desired tightness with my Clarke torque wrench. And there we have it. So what's my thoughts on this compared to the other one? Well, you probably guessed already from the way I was speaking throughout the rest of the video, but it's just hands down, across the board, a much better piece of equipment than the cheap trolley jacks you can buy. Now, the downside, of course, it's about 4 times more expensive, but it pumps up 4 times quicker, so you can kind of balance it out that way, and the ergonomics of using it and just the way you pump it up and let it down without having to remove the handle all the time also makes it much easier to use and handle in everyday situations. So if there's something you do in terms of changing tyres on a fairly regular basis I would definitely recommend investing in something like this, as well as investing in a decent wheel gun and a torque wrench at the same time. Get a combination like them all together, and changing wheels is extremely easy, and you're going to have no problem swapping your wheels out on your car, especially if you're doing track days as well, just in a matter of a few minutes. Now, one downside of this jack, I would say, in terms of the ergonomic design, is that I would like to see rubberized wheels as an option on them. See, these have aluminium wheels or some type of metal on them at least, and when you're pulling them outside on asphalt, it is quite noisy and it's kind of bumpy. Manoeuvring the jack is still absolutely fine, there's no issues at all with that. With rubberized wheels, it does make it much smoother and quieter, and I'd like to see that maybe offered as an option if there's any revisions in the future, if you guys at Clarke Tools are watching this. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this or more reviews in the future, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon, and if not, thank you for watching anyway. But until next time, see you soon and take care.